In 2004, at the southern end of the city of David, a sewage pipe explodes. And it turns out that in repairing the sewage pipe, the construction crews had inadvertently uncovered a series of ancient stone steps. And they realized they had discovered the steps leading down to the Pool of Siloam.
So the question the archaeologists had, how did the millions of pilgrims get from the pool up to the temple? They widen the excavation. They find what has been called the most significant archaeological discovery of the last 100 years. This is the pilgrimage road.
Most of the time, faith and history feel like two different worlds, but what do we do when we find the literal sidewalk that the New Testament stories took place on? As of March 2026, this road is fully open to the public, and it's been called one of the most miraculous discoveries in the last several decades in Israel. Today we're following the path of the blind man in John chapters 8 and 9 to see if archaeology actually backs up the Bible. We see at the end of John chapter 8 how Jesus is at the temple with his disciples. He says in verses 58 and 59, "Very truly I tell you, before Abraham was born, I am." At this they picked up stones to stone him, but Jesus hid himself, slipping away from the temple grounds. As he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" "Neither this man nor his parents sinned," said Jesus, "but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." After saying this, he spit on the ground, made some mud with his saliva, and put it on the man's eyes. "Go," he told him, "wash in the Pool of Siloam." This word means sent. So the man went and washed and came home seeing. So it's very likely that when Jesus was leaving this area, he was leaving on this road that connects the Pool of Siloam with the southwest corner of the temple. And there's been coins that have been found under the road when they've been excavating that were dated to around the time of 31 AD, which would have been around the time that Pontius Pilate was the prefect of Judea. Now, before 1961, there was zero evidence that Pontius Pilate actually existed. But in the city of Caesarea, archaeologists discovered a stone bearing the inscription, "Pontius Pilate, prefect of Judea." And this can be seen in the Jerusalem Museum today, proving that Pontius Pilate actually was a real figure, and it was dated to the time of 26 to 36 AD, right when Jesus would have been active in Jerusalem. And interestingly enough, also on this road, archaeologists found drainage tunnels going beneath the city where Jewish rebels tried to escape the Romans when they were destroying the temple in 70 AD. And we know this because they found swords and they found pots dated to around the time of 70 AD. And there was a great slaughter in these tunnels where 3,000 Jews were killed. And Luke chapter 19 verses 41 through 44 describe this destruction that will come upon the city of Jerusalem. As Jesus approached Jerusalem and saw the city, he wept over it and said, "If you, even you, had only known in this day what would bring you peace, but now it is hidden from your eyes. The days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment against you and encircle you and hem you in on every side. They will dash you to the ground, you and the children within your walls. They will not leave one stone on another, because you did not recognize the time of God's coming to you." And Jesus also talks about this in Matthew chapter 24, where he says to his disciples, "Truly I tell you, not one stone here will be left on another. Every one will be thrown down." And if you actually go to the southwest corner of the temple, which I've actually seen with my own eyes, you can still see these stones that are thrown down on the ground. These massive stones that are still there from 2,000 years ago. The stones don't lie. They show that the people who are writing the Gospels were not reporting on made-up events in a fictional city with fictional pools and roads. They were reporting on very real events in a real city with real layouts that we can see today. So if the road was real and the prophecy was real that Jesus made about the destruction of the temple, and the pool is real, right where we can expect to find it, what does that suggest about the person who made that prophecy? Does that suggest that we should trust him about who he said he was? Now, I can't make that decision for you, and I can't answer that question for you. Each one of us has to answer that question for ourselves about who is Jesus. Let me know down in the comments if archaeology helps your faith, or do you think it's just history? Because I think archaeology is a very fascinating thing that can back up a lot of things about what we believe about the Bible and Scripture. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to our channel here at Mission Mindset. God bless you all, and thank you for watching.